continuing my games analysis at ICC, Team 45 League. Yeah, 45 minutes, just total time, plus every move you make, you get a 45-second increment. And the goal is to take your time. On the lower boards, we've had some issues with people moving too fast. So you want to, you have basically, if you make it to move 40, take you 75 minutes, you'll have no time left and be living off your increment. 45 seconds a move. So half the games go less than 40 moves, half take longer than 40 moves. And usually by move 40, we can tell with a strong degree of certainty what the result should be. White wins, white loses, white draws. Okay, doesn't mean it will end that way, but the trick is to get as far as you can into the game and maximize your time. So, this is the first time I've seen this game, and we'll just see where it goes. Okay, so this looks like going to be a King's Indian attack, something I'm kind of familiar with. I played a bunch of it in correspondent chess at chess.com. You can find tons of games in the game forum in the video lessons group. I'll post a link to that in a little bit. Now, sometimes what I will do is when you do this move, I would instead play the bishop to g5 because and one of the reasons I was discovering was after this move, this bishop sat here for a while. And during one game I was playing, I was beating up, I had him crushed as I am. I had him beat in the ending, then just messed it all up and lost he was begging for a draw. But I put this bishop out on g5 at a later stage, and then it ended up trading. And I came to the conclusion it's okay to do this. But I'll let it sit here and I'll wait for black to play h6, and then I'll take this, just get it out of the way. And I had some interesting games where, playing a 2100 player, and we got down to his two bishops versus my bishop and knight ending, and I played well enough to hold the draw, but he wasn't going to give it to me because he had the two bishops, but I had the skills to not let him win it. So this is a legitimate alternative, and I have a lot of game examples of that. Anyway, knight bd2. So now the way I play it is I'll play c3, queen e2, and e4. These are my next moves. I delay this. This is playable, but I like to delay this. And why? Well, I'll do it later. I want to take care of these guys. And when I put this knight on d2, often what I'll do is I'll put the bishop on b2, send this rook over to d1, and then drop the bishop back. And that's just my own system. Oops. I do this a lot. I hit the wrong button. Okay. Okay, so now bishop g4. Okay, e4. So here's a situation where maybe white would like to have that pawn in on c3. But that's neither here nor there. One thing white can do is play a4 and anchor the knight in on c4. Matter of fact, the knight can go to c4 right now. Well, no, we can't. We're not attacking the pawn with the f3 knight. Okay, so this is playable. But I think black does well if he just puts his bishop back here. Thinking that way, okay. Keeps the pin. And here white's not getting much play here. We still have three guys on the back rank. That's why I like to play c3 and queen c2. Okay. Now this bishop doesn't have much scope at all. It only has one open square. Let's see what's white going to do. Okay, he's going to try to maneuver his knights around. So, the King's Indian attack gives you a solid game as white, but it's an even game. It's difficult to play it for a win. And, white's still trying to get untangled here. We still have undeveloped pieces here. Okay, That puts a hole here. This is playable. You know, the game is essentially even. Okay, so he's going to maybe drop it in here. No, he says, here. This is an interesting choice. What black is saying is, go ahead, take my bishop. I want this F file. And I'm, you know, and maybe I'll be able to generate something there. Now this does uncover an attack on this knight. So now we can see one of the reasons why maybe we don't want this rook here. You know, we've lost connection or protection of F2. So white should probably take that bishop. Let's see if he does. No, he decides to go there instead. Okay. Well, let's see. I think this is fine for white. You know, we have a minor problem here, but you know, black is not ready to attack it yet. Now, if white plays F3, you know, look at this ugly bishop. But you know, this does create a weakness down here, and you know, this pawn is a little loose. But let's see. It's not going to be easy for white to attack that. Here, I think white would do fine just by playing knight F3. Okay. Now, this, if black wants to do this, you know, white shouldn't fear this too seriously. Okay, queen here, and you know, black can apply a little bit of pressure on the open file, but white can neutralize it, and you know, white's may be able to get this in a little bit, maybe not. I don't know. This could be okay for black. Let's see. Although we have to watch this queen. You know, white might play F3 and bishop E1. See, like just F3 right now. How does well, let's see. I guess you can go here. So let's hold F3. Let's play this. Now the threat is F3, so let's just burn a move. And what does how does black save his queen? Interesting stuff, huh? So black needs a knight in here. How does he get it there? By way of E6. So let's try this move. Let's see. Let's try to make a discovery. Let's try to get this in. This seems to force this queen to retreat. And let's see. F3 trying to do this. Here comes this knight. Okay, this gains a tempo. You know, black could have brought the queen back sooner. Now, I mean, white has this horrible bishop here. But, you know, white's position... Oh, we have a hanging pawn here. We have to watch out. How long was that hanging? No, it was okay. Take. Yeah, this pawn's in danger. And we go here. Let's see. This is interesting. I think black does super by this. Let's see. We can't afford to lose that pawn. You know, the pressure is on that pawn. Let's see. I don't know. Now this is fine for black. This is coming and this is coming. Yeah, okay. I'm just kind of playing around, but this is fine too. I don't mind sometimes giving him this, letting him take this way simply because. Yeah, I only recommend doing this f-pawn capture when you definitely have an attack on f2. But you know, white's minor pieces are tangled up, so this is fine. And what white would like is he'd like black to take, and then be able to attack on the G file. Now, will black cooperate? He shouldn't. Okay, so this helps. This move actually helps both sides. If white wants to liquidate that bishop. You know, he'd only had one square to put it, and but let's let's delay taking. Let's not move black's queen here. Let's try to improve our position. How can we do that? Let's put this rook back here where it belongs, so maybe we can get f4 in. Okay, let's see what he did. See, you know, interesting thing on the rule of exchanges. Black is going to take with his queen, I'm certain. Let's look at that. Oh, he took with the pawn. Well, amazing. Okay, well, maybe there's a problem with taking with the queen. But that's my first instinct for black to play here. And when I told my students, I say, black did not move his queen here. He didn't make that move. White did. You know, white captured that bishop. Black has to recapture. He has no choice. He doesn't have a useful Zwischenzug. So, you know, when you play chess, if you're white, you move white pieces. When you're black, you move black pieces. Here, white moved a black piece. And, you know, this can be very, very critical. It's the rule of exchanges. Nimzowitsch talks about it in my system, okay? Don't make exchanges which improve the position of your opponent's pieces. Let him make exchanges which improve the position of yours. And we do this with reinforcement. Here, the queen reinforced. So I think the game is still even here, but you know, the h-pawn could work out. Okay, now white has this guy anchored in here. This is out of the question. Trying to find a good plan here. You know, these minor pieces of whites are just bleh. You know, this bishop doesn't have a future. Let's see what he does. Okay, maybe he can apply some pressure here, but black can always come up. And he chooses to do it now. Okay. That might allow white to play h4. I guess maybe he was going to do it anyway. Let's see. h4 takes. Yeah, I guess he's going to get it anyway. Okay. The question is, do we do it now or do we wait? Let's develop something first. Let's play here and make black figure this out. Let's see what he does. So the reason I want to delay it is I want these guys ready to come in the game if all of a sudden this position breaks open. In other words, black is expecting this move. This move, I'm not saying it's the best move. You know, you have to analyze it. But the logic behind it is, again, that white's mobilizing his forces and they're ready to come in quicker. So black has to stop and sort this out. You know, black's expecting white to play h4. He's expecting that. He has a plan in mind. But now black has to find a suitable plan. And that suitable plan is going to require clock time. And if you don't take clock time, one or two things is going to happen. You're going to blunder into the correct move, or you're going to make the incorrect move. And you have a better chance to make the correct move if you take your time. Okay? So for this reason, I prefer queen d2, just under that principle. Okay, so let's see. h4 is playable. But like I say, I like queen d2 better. Now he decides he's going to take. Now this makes some sense in that suddenly this bishop springs to life. Okay, so what is there an argument for taking the other way? And the answer is yes. We're trying to get activity on the h-file, and you know, maybe we can get this bishop into the game here. So this is playable. So now white's threatening to do a check and maybe drop this bishop off here, or sneak him back here. You know, suddenly this bishop has come to life. So I don't think black should have exchanged on f5. Now I would wait on this move. These are just generalities. Again, we want to, we want to improve our position. What's white attacking with the king with? Just this guy. Maybe this guy, but he's not checking. So these are what white needs to attack the king with. Right? The knight's not going to do it. So let's hold the knight back. and develop these guys. Now this maybe white can continue with this, clearing a square for the king, so the rook can come over, so the rook can come here. Now, I'm not saying these are the best moves and what order it should do it, but that, you can see there are moves which start mobilizing white's pieces, or we could even use the G file with the rooks. But for now, just the knight is attacking the king, and if it's traded, and it isn't, but I'm just saying, if it's traded, what's white attacking the king with? Nothing. And this pawn may even be in danger. White might have some chances to, play here, here, and here, but that's 3 moves. Black has a chance to defend this. How's he going to do that? Well, got to get rid of this. So we can start with queen e8. No, let's not start with that. We got to get the knight to here. Let's play here. Now here comes white's plan. Now look at this. I've got h7 covered. So I'm going to go here anyway, protect this. Now white needs here, here, and here. 3 moves to get a mate there, right? Or he needs 1, 2, 4 moves to get a mate that way. And meanwhile, black has a chance to make moves himself. So, and right now it's black's move. So now let's get the rook out of there. Now here, if we go this way, we're killing protection of potential protection of g6. So now queen here, and if we do this, suddenly comes this.
Check.
Wait, no. I gotta be careful here.
Check.
This is just screaming for a tactic here. Let's see. I mean, maybe I've done this in the wrong order. Yeah, it's very, very fascinating. So, whoops, some of the stuff that could be happening here. Let's see. Okay, lost the board. I'm trying to watch for comments. So right now, white's down a pawn. And, in this variation, maybe black has wiggled his way out of this. Oh, look at this.
Check. Checkmate.
Okay. Very interesting. Now, did I see any of that when I played knight g6? If you saw it when you played knight g6, you're not Mark B. You are Magnus Carlsen. Okay. But it's it's fascinating. This is why chess is so fascinating. So I had concerns that black could counterattack this pawn down here. Anyway, black elects. But let's see. Let's get to the critical phase. Black elects. He does spend 10 minutes on the move, and he chooses to go here. So we're going to give black props for taking his time in a critical situation. And now let's see what white has in mind with these guys, okay? I'm going to steal a pawn. I guess it's okay, but, now he's activating the queen. And now he's making sure white doesn't do anything dangerous down here. So he brings this back, anchors the square down. White still has mating potential here. So black decides to run for the hills. Now what's this for? Maybe it's just to keep this safe later and stop some counterplay here. Okay, like I say, you stop it. Who knows if this attack doesn't work out? Maybe black is getting somewhere. Maybe this extra C file could help black. So I'm trying to find a reason for this. And one thing, white has one big advantage here, and I'm not talking about the position. I'm talking about the clock. Okay, you know, going back to what I said earlier, Black needs to get to move 40, and he has 17 moves and 12 minutes, but he's going to get 16. He's going to get about 12 minutes back on the clock. So he's just over, with his increment, he's just over the over 1 minute a move. But what I'm saying for White's advantage, White can sit here for 15 minutes and find a super move and still have more time than Black. So we'll go with this. And now he decides to take and run for the hills. Okay, so now the plan of trying to checkmate down the H file are gone. Now what's this for? That's a peculiar move. Could be a mouse slip. Black is not attack. Oh, maybe he wants to play C3. Okay, he wants to open up the C file. And that makes sense. The only other file open is the H file, and maybe what Black could do is just go take it and see what happens. The rook can get up to H6 safely, and suddenly the queen's behind it, and all of a sudden White says, "Uh-oh, what's happening here?" I don't know. Let's see what happens. Oh, look at that. Very good move. Or we both made the same blunder. Okay, so White's showing his plan. He wants his file open. And now Black chose to keep the file closed for now. I don't know. In a way, I would rather improve my position somewhat. Let's see. Let's just do this. Let's follow the plan. Now if take here. Now what's he going to do on the C file? He can come down here, right? All right. Now let's go over here. Now he comes here. Now let's go here. Now if takes back here. Now where's White's pressure on the C file? Maybe it's coming. I'm going to go here, and I don't know, it's definitely playable. It's a lot of possibilities. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so he says, I'm going to that's a great square for the queen, by the way, centralized. White can't chase it out. The rook is in danger. White will probably play here. Yep. So opening the C file didn't get anywhere. Looks like Black's holding on. Black's on the dark squares, White's on the light squares. Now, I don't really see anything here yet. Let's see what happens. Here's an interesting idea for Black. Let's play C4. Well, why would I do that? Well, the idea is we want to close the C file. We're giving up a pawn. We want to close the C file. If White wants to take this, he's going to drop the exchange. Okay, now suddenly, maybe White's in trouble here.
Check.
Maybe White's in a lot of trouble here.
Check.
A whole lot of trouble here.
Checkmate.
So watch for these little interference moves. This is a fascinating move. The idea is we want to free this rook to come over here. That's the whole idea. Now, so how does White improve his position? Well, he has a check down here, you could say.
Check.
That could be a good check. Let's see. If you come back here, we have this
Checkmate.
Problem, right? What else can Black do? Can't block with the queen. I don't know, let's see. How long is this check here? Oh, no. He's readying the check with this move. Okay. All right, so my idea is too premature. But here comes the check.
Check.
Okay, so he's going to block this way. White could take this, but he's got to watch his king. Stuff like this is coming. Let's see what happens. So White decides to run for the hills.
Check. Check.
Ooh, Good thing white covers the square. So here's an interference move, e4. Does that work? Nope. Queen takes check. So who's better off here? This is, you know, I've mentioned this before. This is like two snakes trying to swallow each other. Okay, both sides are trying to get play on the other. Now, you know, the theory is if this knight moves, there's pressure on this d follow. The bishop protects. Loose pawn, but it puts the queen out of play. It's a fascinating game. Okay, now we get a pawn with check. We have a check here. Let's see what he does.
Check.
Okay. Now, I'm gonna block. This is looking dangerous. Dangerous for black. Although I don't see a. I get another pawn with check.
Check.
Okay. So, you know, white's managed to win what, 3 pawns? But black has that active queen. Okay, putting pressure on the pin piece. Black needs to defend this or start checking.
Check.
Well, check with take a pawn with check.
Check.
Now, looks like rook takes here liquidates into a winning ending for white.
Check. Check.
So this seems to be winning. Just advance the king up and the possession of the outside pass pawn will do the trick. There it goes.
Check.
And yeah, there it is. Nice game by white. So, you know, black created some chances. It turned out, let me see, let's go back to move, let's see, what was it? Move 21. So 54 minus 21 is 33, so I go back 67. 67 half moves. That's right, when white took the pawn. Right, see? So, you know, if I look at a position long enough, I'll see the pawn is loose. But I'm trying to get that king. That's what I'm trying to do. So I wasn't really looking at the pawn. So, you know, he grabbed some pawns here and he held on to them.
Check.
And you know, black found some ways. You know, his queen is active, and you know, this check is terrific. And white's lay up a pawn here. Maybe black should play a move like rook c7 here, and then try to do my c4. Remember, c4 was the interference move. Well, the one drawback with that, though, is that I was trying to bring the rook over here, if I recall. That's kind of frustrating. You can't. You want to send your pieces one direction, and then you go send them another direction, and they can't get back to what your original idea was. That was a very good game on both sides. All right, I'm gonna stop recording.